Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the online open day question and answer section. My name is Mark Boerichter. I teach at Creative Media and Game Technologies, and I'm here together with one of my students, which is Valeria. Valeria, is your camera also working? Maybe. Can you try to switch it on? Okay, yeah, welcome. I see we're with 17 people in this room. Yeah, it's a bit unusual. Okay, then don't worry. Normally, we would see each other during the open day at Enschede. You would see the building, the facilities, and the students and everything. But yeah, situation is different right now. It's for you. It's for us. Everything changed a bit. But yeah, it doesn't mean we are going to stop. We've also continued our program. We teach from home right now. We teach with online classes. We teach in online labs, and yeah, I think it kind of works. It's everybody needs to get used to it a little bit. So So some people will do it more quickly than others, but I think everybody's is trying to get the hang of it. So yeah, this open day is a little bit different. I'm glad to see you here. I would start off with a small poll, maybe. And I have a really simple question. What would you take to a deserted island? And you can pick only one. It's games, movies, or music. Let's see if this works. Pick only one. See people responding. Some people really need to think about this one. Okay, I think it's kind of divided. I think games are the most favorite choice. Let's hope they have electricity on that island. And movies and music is a tie. Okay, good to see. Okay, so the poll option works. You can find it. At least most of you can. Yeah, what I would like to do is because this is about answering your questions. I would really quickly like to share our presentation and walk you through that. Just to see if there are really common questions that I can easily answer that way. And so to make sure everybody's on the same page. So I would like to share my screen with you. Yes, and I would like to share this one. So I would really like to talk you through this one really quickly. This is our open day presentation. Yeah, it says welcome to Creative Media and Game Technologies. I'm going to do this quickly, so I'm going to ditch the interactive part. This is about talking about the living room and how it will change. And we believe that it's going to change with a mix of realities, so virtual reality, but also augmented reality. And it will be a mix of on and offline. But not only in entertainment, also in education, in healthcare, in real estate. You see an architect, you see also special effects in movies, you see a surgeon, you see a girl learning about the human body with the HoloLens. Yeah, I think this is the entire context of creative media and game technology. So it's much more than only entertainment. Yeah, we really believe that it will change the world as we know it. You also see that today with the whole Corona situation. You see that a lot of things happen online right now, and we try to make that as human as possible. So it's for games, but also for social interaction and also for entertainment and yeah, education, of course. This is a movie. You can find all our movies at our YouTube channel at Saxion CMGT. If you search for that in YouTube, you will find our channel. So I won't bother you with that one. Okay. Really quickly, why I think our course is nice or awesome. It's because we enable you to choose your own destiny, your own path within our course. I will talk a little bit about that later on. You can also work on applied projects. We don't work with creative projects only. We work for companies a lot and organizations such as United Nations, for instance, but also companies that have a problem and are looking for students to come up with innovative solutions. For instance, our national marine asked our students to create a 3D model of a marine ship so they could virtually train their people. So it's assignments like that. Yeah, and we have the benefit from an internationally focused program. Yeah, you're in a classroom with people from all over the world, and we have, I think that's fun, by the way. And we have, a lot of contacts with international schools and then international studios. Yeah, we work with 3 professional roles. I also try to explain that in the general video. Of course, we are one course, but you will actually select a course or a track actually after a while. So you would choose the artist track, the engineer track, or the experience designer track. But they are not only individual tracks because they work together a lot. If you're a little bit into gaming, we call this our Triforce. And you have your own skills, of course, but you have to work in a team. So together with these 3 roles, you can create awesome projects. We will start off with everything. So when you come to Saxion, you will get every course out here. So you will get artist courses, engineering courses, and experience designer courses. And after that, you will slightly choose a course during the coming months. Then your first year, like I said, we start up broad, and after that you will choose specific courses. Some subjects that belong to the artist course are imagery, it's drawing. Every big production starts with drawing still, whether it's a game, a movie, or an app. Everything starts with everything on paper. Sound design, of course, 3D modeling, cinematics, how to use cameras, in-game cameras, but also real cameras. We try to teach you on design thinking, creative thinking, game design, user interface design, behaviorism, stuff like that. Really how to, it's more about psychology. And about engineering, it's about programming everything, game programming, algorithms, web technology, physics, and of course, Unity scripting. It says Unity, we don't try to teach you tools, but we try to teach you how coding works, actually. After that, in year 2, 3, 4, you will focus on your role even more. You will work on your portfolio a lot. And in year 3, you will do a minor internship, Smart Solutions. And after that, go from projects. You can also see this on our YouTube channel. Yeah, if you search for YouTube, Saxion CMGT, you will find it. Some other highlights, we try to host a lot of master classes for our students. Here's an example of Julian Fuddy, who was the visual effects supervisor for a lot of the Star Wars movies, also for the Spider-Man movies. And he tries to come to our school once every year to teach students from the first, second, third, fourth year, doesn't matter, about visual effects. We also have a lot of student-driven projects. If you have a team, you have a really cool idea, just try to convince us that you really want to do this project during a minor, for instance. We also try to do to gamify our program a little, so to host award shows, for instance, so you can win stuff. So then you've graduated. What can you do with creative media and game technologies? You see some examples of LinkedIn profiles of students that have graduated. You see Martin, who has become a game developer at a game studio. You see Bastiaan, who is a VR developer at a VR studio for VR training simulations. Bianca is a project manager at a digital agency. and you see Tim, who is a senior user experience expert. User experience is about everything that makes the experience of an app or a game or actually flow. Everything that happens. So no buttons that are underused, only putting the right buttons in an experience, stuff like that. If you want to see an example company, click on mediamonks.com. It's a Dutch company, but it's one of the biggest ones in the country. And I think it's a good example of a creative media and game technologies company, because they're pretty broad. They work on a lot of applied projects. They work with new technologies. They experiment a lot. Experimenting is really important for our course. This is minors. You can do minors. This is way too in depth for now. So why choose this program? It's about a broad orientation, applied projects, and the international focus. This is also a showreel. Yes. So that was actually it. It's a real short presentation. I will go back and stop sharing my screen. And I'm back again. So that was really quickly it. We've also put up actually the most frequently asked questions on our website. And right now I would like to switch to the main issue actually of this session. It's actually answering questions. So the mic is up to you. So you can use the chat room to ask anything. You can also raise your hand if you want to ask anything. You can switch on your audio. You can type. It's all yours. So I'm going to get some coffee, and if you want to ask a question, just type it. You hear the sound of crickets. That's a question we get a lot. It's a question from Ube. He asks, if I pronounce it correctly, what is the difference between this study on Saxion and on BUAS? That's actually the course in Breda, I think, if I interpret it correctly. We get it a lot. It's actually both creative media and game technologies, but there is a difference. The course in Breda really focuses on games only. And more specifically only on AAA studios a lot. So they work a lot with Sony, for instance, and PlayStation, and they really focus on that industry. So if you really want to go into gaming, and that's the only thing you really want to pursue, then I think the course in Breda is more for you. Here at Saxion, we are more broad. We don't only look at games. We also look at special effects in movies. It's the same technologies. We also look at interactive storytelling and apps. So we're a bit broader. So if you like games, but you also like movies and you like the whole interactive experience, you're really curious on learning more about that, and then I think our course works better for you. We have a lot of discussion, or not discussion, we work together a lot with the courses to make sure every course has its own specialities and its own uniqueness. And we are also a little bit more applied. So like I said, Breda focuses on entertainment. We also create serious games, also for the government, for instance, but also for companies. Like I said, we work with a lot of more applied test cases. I hope that answers your questions. Eric says, hi, I saw that there is an internship during the third year. Does Saxion provide options for that, or should I choose companies on my own? That's a really in-depth question already, Eric. We have a list of companies that you can contact, but we actually encourage students to go out and find companies of their own, because it's really important that you find a company that suits you. We will guide you on your portfolio to help you think about who am I, what am I good at, what are my skills, what am I lacking, what would be a company that fits actually my future profile. And then, we encourage you to take initiative and contact that company on your own. Tim, are there any additional requirements to apply aside from secondary education's routes? I don't know how that works for students from foreign countries. Maybe Valeria, can you answer that one? I think Valeria is typing. I can only say that that was also in the frequently asked questions. We don't have really additional requirements, but we have an intake. And during that intake, you have to do an assignment, and based on that assignment, we will have a conversation together with each other, and based on that, we will put you in the program or not. So there is an intake because we really think it's about finding students that do not only like games or like movies or like apps or whatever, but also enjoy the process of creating in this course, because motivation really is the key for working together in a team and also passing this course. Oh, I need to make you a moderator. Yes. Where are you, Valeria? Yes, you're now a moderator.
Yes, I can speak now.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, there was the question from Tim. He talked about the additional requirements to apply. Hey, your camera works.
Yep.
Yeah. Aside from secondary education routes, so like I said, from the Netherlands, I know we don't have really additional requirements. We have the intake. How was that for you?
For me?
Yeah.
We had to do a game, and we had to make it in any engine we want. So personally, because I didn't have any experience, I just did it online with Scratch. And we had to choose between 3 themes, like Arctic, a maze, and I think a jungle. So I just chose a maze, and we had to draw the background. So I drew like a maze that was basically like a cave, and we had to make 3 characters. For me, it was 3 explorers.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the engine, I made the lines to be so they can go through the lines. So it's like a labyrinth, and so the goal was to get to the treasure. And my interviewee really liked it, so I got accepted. And it's really possible to do it without experience. You just have to inform yourself about it, and it was really fun for me.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Question from Daria. What books about game design you would recommend to read? Well, first thing, we don't use a lot of books during the course. Doesn't mean we don't use a lot of theory, of course, that we refer to a lot of books in our lectures. What is an interesting book? I think the Book of Lenses. I will type it in here. They also have a card deck, and that can really help you with answering specific questions during your game design about characters, about mechanics. It's really practical. I really like it. Okay, we see hands up. Haroon, would you like to answer a question? I would like to make you moderator. Let's see if that works. I can find you. Yeah, you can share audio right now if you want. Haroon, I made you present. Yes.
Hi, my name is Arun.
Hello.
Actually, I succeed in intake and I choose the maze. Um, but I didn't succeed in the admission documentary. My high school, they see nothing system. See my high school, it's not a something you can take it or something like that. Actually, I didn't
Hmm.
understand that, but can I apply for a foundation year or something like that? Because actually I take the intake and I succeed. So
You
it's
already did your intake,
yeah,
okay, but something went wrong during the application process,
yeah,
or
yeah. It's about my high school. The
okay.
problem in my high school.
Hmm.
That's it. So my question is, can just take a foundation year or a prep year or something like that?
That could be. Are you from an Asian country,
Uh,
perhaps?
no, I'm from African country. I'm from Egypt.
Okay, okay, from Egypt. Yeah, it depends a little bit on what courses you are lacking during the high school, but because we offer general courses as a foundation year for English, for instance. But also, I'm not really sure, but I think also for other general courses, we don't have a specific CMGT foundation year, but there is a specific Saxion course that you could follow. But yeah, it really depends on okay what your current profile is lacking right now.
Yeah, my second question is actually I have everything. Yeah, actually I'm American diploma. In my country, you can take not a general high school. Actually, I'm in American diploma. I take SAT.
Hmm.
Um and my friend applied in University of Adventi, and he takes the acceptance letter from the same.
Okay,
He's from my same high school.
okay.
uh, and
Well, I think if you can get accepted into University of Twente, I think you can also get accepted at Saxion. Um, can you send me an email because it's really a bit hard to answer your question right now. I will put my email in the chat.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah, we really have to look at okay, where which colleague did you talk to, what went wrong, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, please.
How can I help you? Yeah, I put my email in the chat.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I got a question from Matthias. Is there a possibility to get a look at your game just to get an idea of how complex it was? Unfortunately, I don't have this game here because it's on my PC at home. But to be clear, I didn't have much experience drawing digitally back then. So I made everything on paper. I just drew everything on paper and I scanned it. And my background was just a maze. I just looked for references on Google and I made a maze look like it's a cave. And the characters all were also drawn traditionally and also scanned. And I just cleared everything so it has a transparent background. And I used it was called Scratch, I think. It's an online engine and I just input all of my art there. And I just watched some tutorials on YouTube on how to make it work, how to program everything. And that was sufficient already. Like I just found everything, I just found my own way how to do it traditionally. And it's just, I think important is they see you try like your effort into this, because I was pretty scared when I first saw this because I wasn't sure if I can make it. But if you really want to, believe me, like me with no experience in digital drawing, I made it work, so it will be fine for you too.
Yeah. Okay, Louise had a question, but she left the building right now. Zofia, how much focus is put on the art side of making games in this course? Valeria, I think you can answer that one.
Where is this? Oh, how much focus? Well, I think the look of a game is pretty important. So yes, we put quite a lot of effort in the look of it, and but it doesn't have to be perfect. For a lot of students choose to make a cartoonish style for the drawing. If, for example, we have only like 2 weeks to work on a project, and to be honest, the cartoonish style always works because it makes the game more fun and interesting. But to answer this, I think it's a lot of focus on the art side, yes. But it's actually equally on all the sides, from the game design, especially programming, because it's nothing if the game doesn't work. But me as an artist, yes, I would say I really put effort into the visuals of a game.
Yeah, I agree. It's really important. But all the three things need to add some value. If a game is beautiful but it doesn't work, it sucks. And if a game is beautiful and it works but it's just not fun, or it doesn't do what you want to do, then the design isn't good. So but I agree with Fleur. It really is important. Anders, did I get it right? You have to hand in some works or projects before getting accepted. Yes, we have an intake. You can also find it on our website, saxion.nl/cmgt. We have an intake, so you need to hand in a project. Valeria was explaining that she created a small game, so you need to do something artistic. You need to think about a concept, and you need to, program something. So we have a start of a conversation. So yeah, we do have an intake.
Also a portfolio, though.
Oh yeah, also the portfolio. Yeah, you don't really need to have already a lot of skill or work, but for yourself, if you enjoy the process of creating stuff, I think that really is the key to know if this study is something for you. If you only enjoy consuming movies or books or games, or then and not the creation part, I don't think this course is something for you. So you need to enjoy the process of creation. The CMGT course involves studying game publishing features like ASO. I think you mean App Store optimization. Not in the first year. I think it's more for if you go into really mobile game development, then it could involve game publishing features like that, but it's not for the first year. Louisa, what are the necessary skills or programs we need to know by the time we join the CMGT short degree program? Yeah, we also have a short degree program. If you already have a lot of experience in another school, in another program that is closely related to CMGT, you could do a short degree program. It means that you can have 1 or 2 years, depending on the previous experience, to finish our program, and you will finish specific courses that add to your skills. But it really is an in-depth question. It also depends on if your school is already connected to the Saxion program. It makes it a lot easier. If not, then it's really is an individual question. So yeah, it really depends a little bit on which school you are currently following. You can also email me, Louisa. I've put my email address in the chat. Please email me so I can connect you to my colleague. What programs do you use during the education? Which ones would you recommend we try out, learn about before joining? Maybe you can answer that, Valeria.
Yes, we used processing, Photoshop, Maya, and Adobe XD or Marvel. And for now, I recommend you just to get more used to Photoshop and probably try out Maya because it's pretty tricky. But before you start, I think that's pretty enough, because after you start the course, the teacher explains you pretty well everything from scratch, because we have experienced but also like inexperienced students, and we don't neglect them. So they explain us really like from the start how to use from scratch every program.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're an artist or you're planning to be a designer or engineer, but Photoshop and Maya would be great to start with.
Yeah, I agree. And for the second year, we use, depending a little bit on which track you're going to choose, we also use a lot of Unity, stuff like ZBrush, you know, different Houdini even in the third and fourth year. So it depends a little bit on which course you are choosing. The quality of the art classes. Okay, Valeria.
I really like the teachers from the art classes. They're really great and have a lot of experience in the field. And I'm really grateful they give us really great tips, and you can always come after the lecture and ask questions, and they're really good at guiding you through things. And yeah, you don't have to worry about, the teachers are really great, friendly, and really open to questions.
Yeah.
Is Blender a big difference from Maya? Because I do have experience in Blender already. To be honest, I tried Blender and it's pretty different from Maya. Like, it's much easier to use, and I think it's really great you have experience in this, because it might help you with Maya. But yeah, there's quite a difference. Maya is more complex, but Blender is much easier to use for organic figures. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think for now it's not. I think it's more important that if you enjoy using Blender, enjoy using programs like that, I think that's a good sign that you are, yeah, that you might be a CMDT student. Any other questions? Did I miss something? We still have some time. Well, if after this session, if you think about a question that you forgot to ask, I suggest that you email me. You can also look at Saxion.nl. It's you can find actually stories from students, but you can also ask students questions. So I would really suggest to or email me or go to that website. And we have some additional questions. What about housing at Saxion? We offer some housing to foreign students. I'm not sure whether that will continue right now with the current Corona situation. I have no idea on how that will evolve over time. But yeah, we do offer some housing. We don't have a campus or something, but we offer. Are places to find in the city of Enschede? I don't know. What was your experience in that, Valeria?
I wanted to apply for the campus at Saxion, but it was already full. So I was looking online at first, and it's good to start pretty early, because it's quite difficult to find a good house. So what I did, I called an agency here, and I already found online my housemates. So all of us just called the agency, signed the contract, and then we found the house through them. It's pretty good to call an agency, because this way you know you're not gonna get scammed, and you know you'll have a contract. So I really recommend going to an agency For example, I applied for Smart Wohnen. It's a really good one. And also I have friends at the campus of Saxion, and it's also really good conditions, and it's great. But if you want to go for something cheaper, so also I recommend going for agencies. And there was a question, is the city of Enschede a good student city? I consider it a pretty good student city. It's pretty quiet and it's small, but I like it like this. But during the night, it gets into a party city, and trust me, you'll have a lot of fun here. Also, there will be a Hoi Week. If you get accepted, I really recommend you to attend it. It's a really fun week, and this way you'll get to really know the soul of Enschede and how great is it for students. About the game, I might be able to show the game that I made for my intake earlier this year, and I got accepted. Okay, congrats. You got accepted. And there's another question, is experience in DES 3D useful? I never heard of DES 3D, but I guess any experience in 3D modeling is useful.
Yeah.
And another question from Daria is, what tools for digital drawing are the most useful? Any digital experience is welcome. I think coloring is really important because I have more trouble with it. So I think it's really great that you know how to combine colors and how to paint it really nicely. Also line art too. Really, any experience is welcoming because you'll just learn even more on your way. And the last question is, will the study be online next year or not? And I think nobody knows.
Nobody knows, no. Yeah, it really depends on the situation and what the Dutch government will decide, and also what Saxion will decide. For now, it's only online. So classes are online, lectures are online, assignments are online. For next year, it seems the government is working towards a new scenario, and I think it will be a combination of classes online and classes in real life, but in smaller groups and in smaller projects, so you will have more space between everybody. I think we're also learning a lot about online lectures, what works, but also what doesn't work. I think students also are thinking with us on that to see, because some lectures are really more easily actually to host online, so everybody can watch it whenever they want. And some things like art classes are much better when you experience everybody around you, you know. So it really depends a bit on the class, and I think we will review our course also based on this experience. But yeah, it's mostly on what Saxion and the government will decide. I will post my email address again. We have sport teams.
Do we have sport teams? Because I haven't heard anything about it.
I don't know if we have sport teams ourselves. I think there are student sports teams, yeah, but not Saxion powered sports teams.
The only thing I know is that Saxion has a collaboration with Trifora Health and Wellness. It's a really fancy gym, and I also went to this, but I canceled my subscription because of the lockdown, and I really recommend it. We get a discount as Saxion students, and I totally loved it. It has like a spa, a pool, a really great sport equipment, and yeah, if that answers your question.
It's a good question. Sporting is it's physical exercise is important when you're, especially when we sit at school a lot. You sit, you're staring to the screen a lot. So I think physical activity is really important.
Yeah.
Good question. What happens if a student can't come to Saxion in the Netherlands due to restrictions next year? Yeah, that's also a question that I would love to give you the answer right now, but I can't. I have no idea. The only thing I can say to you is please follow our website closely, because this is general. These are general decisions, and I think everybody is trying to make sure that students can still come to our course, to the Netherlands course. But yeah, we have to wait. So please keep an eye on our official channels. Maureen, can you explain about curriculum at Saxion, especially for SDP? Well, our curriculum, that's online at our website, so you can see which courses you can follow. And for SDP, the short degree program, it really depends on your previous experience and also the school that you have attained right before Saxion. So I would suggest that you email me. I've put the email address in the chat, so I can connect you to my short degree colleague. Any last questions? Because I think our session will end soon, that we will get kicked out of the room. So any last questions? Like I said, you can always email me if you still think of a question. But for now,
I have another tip I remembered for those who asked art-related questions about Photoshop. Also, if you're interested into animation, we did the animation in Photoshop, so you can look tutorials and try it out already to be much easier later.
Yeah, good. Last question from Nicholas. Approximately how many people are admitted and approximately how big are class groups? Last year we had 14 classes first year with people from 16, with the number of 16 people in one class approximately, and I think 75% of everybody who's doing the intake or 70% will get into the program. So yeah. Any really last questions? No. Then I would like to thank you all. I hope we could answer your most urgent questions. Like I said, you can always contact me. This session is also recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel, I think. So you can also rewatch it. You can contact me. I wish you all the best wherever you are in the world. I hope you stay safe, stay healthy. And I also wish you a lot of wisdom in choosing a program. It's a pretty hard choice, I can imagine. I've been there myself, of course, also been a student. We are people too, teachers. And I would thank you for your time. Yeah, maybe we will see you in Enschede next year in real life. I really hope so. Okay, so bye everybody.
Bye everybody, have a nice day.